Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to Creating What's Next. My name is Wendy Hatton, and this is a series of conversations that I have with amazing business owners, and we hear their journey from the beginning, how they got here, what their challenges, like what they've overcome, what triggered what they're doing now, what they are actually doing now, and then what's happening in the future. And today I have the amazing Lila Veronica here with me with the conversation, and she's going to share her experiences. Welcome to Creating What's Next.
Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate you sharing all of this wisdom with the world.
Yes, definitely. Um, all right. So, my first question is people are always curious how someone starts a business. And so, there must have been some kind of trigger or challenge or experience that helped you start this business. And she's a business coach and she helps others become or have high ticket offers. So I want to hear, and we all want to hear how that came to be. And first, actually, what did you do before that? And then transitioning into your business.
Yes, thank you so much. And I just want to give a big shout out to anybody who has tried to start a business, thought about starting a business, started a business before. It's not the easiest journey, like many journeys aren't. It definitely is a pure reflection, a mirror of yourself. And so just want to give a big shout out to anybody, a high five, a congratulations for just showing up and trying something. Uh,
Right.
Someone once said, you create something out of nothing and people pay you for it.
Love
And
that.
yeah, so I never expected to be a business owner. I spent my first 15 years of my career and the years before that more of it in science and math. And I was in the environmental science world and then environmental policy. I ended up moving toward academia. I was teaching environmental policy and natural resource program planning and all sorts of, earthy stuff. But I was still focused on the people part. I did a lot of research around community involvement, collaborative decision making, stakeholder government, so I was always interested. I went from like the science part to the policy part to the people part. And
Good.
yeah, and so I had all these years. What I recognize now as I look back, I had a lot of years of taking a lot of information, whittling it down to the essence. And that's a lot what I do in business, which I'll share in a second. So and also one course I've ever taken in all the years of, like, I think I have 12 years of post high school, education and academic. And I took one business course and it was called business communication. And I remember thinking, this is so easy. Why are people struggling with this? Like, and it's just what I am naturally, I take to it well. It's really the communication part, and the business was just the part. So how did I get into business? Well, I was in academia, and like many people who were going through a struggle in their life, I was going through a divorce. I got into yoga as a way to process some of my just like energy and relax and all of that. And then I got into teacher trainings because academic over here, I want to learn more and more and more. And I did love anatomy and physiology a lot in undergrad. So I ended up throughout, I was in my second yoga teacher training. I went to Long Island. I learned about a system that works the body's fascia, the connective tissue. And I physically felt love for myself for the first time in my life.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Tell us
So I
more.
chased it.
You chased it.
I did not know what that was, because if somebody said you love yourself, I was like, yeah, I don't, because I didn't really like, I wasn't hating on myself. I was a high achiever, but I never physically felt that love like I did. And now I understand it even from a more divine, what was happening experience, and what someone calls spiritual awakening. I became more conscious of my thoughts in the world of yoga and then personal development. I ended up in Colorado, decided to move here after the second day being here. I was here for a training.
And
And
where are you now currently?
I'm currently in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I was in Denver, and then I lived in the mountains for about 6 years
Oh.
as well. So I've bebopped around a little bit. I still will. I still will. It's a great state. I love the mountains. And what happened is I decided to leave my academic career and chase this thing that I had felt, falling in love with myself, right? Feeling love for myself. I had grown up in a tough home and I needed to do some internal work in order to get out of victim mentality.
Mm.
So I didn't know about any of that until I knew about it. Once I knew about it, I went all in. And I made a choice to change my inner self. I started teaching this fascia-based movement, and I moved to Colorado. I moved here with no home, no job, and I knew nobody. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. And I got here on a Friday, found a job on a Monday, and I ended up, and then I got a place and I made friends and all of that. I studied at the studio where I had learned about this system. That's what brought me here. I studied with world-renowned teachers for a couple years. Through that 2 years, I learned about coaching. I learned about business, right? And I learned about higher ticket offers mostly because I needed to pay the bills.
Mm.
I didn't have a fallback. I was working about 5 gigs. I was doing some curriculum development for when a lot of universities and colleges were transitioning from in person only to online courses. So I was doing some of that work
Mm-hmm.
and helping them transition. And then a lot of things I would just do. Also, I would find little jobs on Craigslist to make extra money. And I found myself in a panty factory.
Panty factory.
Well, like a panty shipping space, not a factory, I should say, but it
Oh.
was like packing. And so I just got this gig, and it was a bunch of women, and sit around, and it was this young woman. She's probably like 25, and she had a membership where it was $10 a month, and they'd send you 2 pairs of panties. Okay, so I'm sitting at the end of this table, packing 2 panties in a box. Boop, 2 panties in a box. Boop, 2 panties in a box. Okay. And I'm looking around and I see all these women, and I love that there's jobs for everybody, but I look around and I'm like, this is not typically the kind of job I'm in, and these are not the kind of women that I'm typically working with. And I left that day and I just made a declaration. I was like, enough is enough. I'm done doing this. I am a PhD packing panties. What am I doing? Right? 2 panties in a box. 2 panties. And I thought, and it was within about 3 weeks from that moment that I met a woman who said, I can help you. And she ended up being my coach, my mentor. She was the one who helped me create high ticket offers, but more importantly, shift my identity, shift my energy. The way that I was able to receive, I didn't know about business. I just was winging it. I was like, hey, I can help you. Give me $500. I think that'll work. When $500 like doesn't pay for anything, So like, it was just, which it does over time, $500, anybody would rather have $500 per month. I get it. Like, I'm not saying 500, but it doesn't pay for a full lifestyle, food and all the things. So I just didn't know until I really got a mentor. I'd been going to workshops. I'd been going all this stuff. I started the business to really help people love themselves. Like I started to clear out, identity of victim mentality and take power over their life, and instead I ended up packing panties in a warehouse. Right. And so I had to get a mentor. So she ended up helping me create higher end offers. Instead of selling things in the hundreds, I started selling things in the thousands. And so what happened is a couple years later, a lot of my friends, a lot of my colleagues were saying, how are you doing it? Because I was making 5 to 10 times more than everybody else doing the exact same thing, just a different structure, different receiving level. And so in 2017, I started business coaching. I just thought it would be like a 190-day program, show all my peeps how to do it. And I've been doing the exact same thing ever since.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I started the business because I wanted to help people.
Hmm.
And then when I started making money, I started helping people make money because I was like, I wanted to help the helpers make more
Hmm.
money. And actually now this year I've started to develop new high ticket business coaches because now I see a lot of people doing business coaching.
Hmm.
They don't have a business model at a high enough level and structured. So I basically show them and give them, basically, I give it to them, everything that I've done so that they can do the exact same thing because it works.
Okay. Oh, so that was going to be my next question. What are you currently doing right now?
Yeah.
Do you have something that you can show people who are watching or reading about this? Something that they can
Well,
take it, just take.
I'll share a couple things. I'll share a
Oh,
couple things. I'll share my book, first of all, because, oh, let's see. Oh, you can't see. Here we go. This is called 49 Ways to Sell Your High Ticket Offer. I don't know,
oh,
I don't know if you can see it. 49
I can
ways.
see it. Yeah, I can see.
49 ways to sell your high ticket offer. So this is the first thing, is that if you're somebody who is like, I'm not ready for a mentor. I just want to learn about this, or I'm really action oriented. I want to do it my own. I've given you everything you need in this book. You can find it on Amazon. You can message me. I'll send you a copy.
Awesome.
I'll give you an electronic copy. And what I always tell people is if all you did was go to Appendix A and B, it's how to create your offer, high end offer, and how to sell it. If all you did was read those two appendices, you'd have enough to make a six-figure income. Okay.
Well,
So,
that's compelling.
well, that's what I do. I try to make it simple. Now,
Okay.
yeah, so sometimes it's easier said than done. That's why we have mentorship, right?
Hmm.
Um, and then the other thing is, uh, I always tell people that I offer a complimentary strategy session, right? Like a lot of people do that. Like, hey, you can have a call with me.
Hmm.
But I just want people to know that if they want help in their business, especially making money, like, let's just talk. I mean, I don't even care if you hire me or anything like that. It's that I have a bajillion resources. Everything from speaking opportunities to contacts. I have a massive Rolodex. I have access to communities who have people who have people. And so that's like the other thing, is whether somebody wants to be a business coach or whether they want to sell high ticket offers. To me, it doesn't really matter. I'm much more interested in the entrepreneurial community support factor.
Ah, yes. And
I
that
mean,
goes
yeah,
along with your networking, your weekly networking group that you've been sharing with me about.
yeah. I'll tell you all the things I have if you want. Yeah. So if you're a woman, I love men and women both, working with them. But if you're a woman, I do run a women's community on Thursday mornings at 10:30 Mountain, 12:30 Eastern. It's called She Achieves Circle. You can find it online if you just go She Achieves Circle, and you can register. It's a weekly. You can come. Our intention is to help you meet each other. So it's a 30-minute, pretty quick but very efficient a way to book more calls, meet more people, get more opportunities. We had someone come for the first time recently and booked 6 calls on a half-hour session. Where, I mean, it's wild. It's amazing. So we all know a lot of people. We bring them together, and we want women to support women because we know the power of when we come together. So that's the first thing. I do a lot of speaking. I host a lot of virtual workshops. So you can follow me on social media, LinkedIn. I just got my Facebook back after a year away, and I'm so happy. So watch out, world.
Great. Okay, so now the next step is what is in the future for you, and like within the next 3 to 5 years, what can we expect?
Mm, mm. Okay, personally, I'm
Mhm.
going to visit my 50th state of Alaska.
Ooh,
So that will be my, what I really, what I'm going to do is make the drive.
wow.
So yeah, I want to go from uh, uh, the US to Alaska through Canada, the lower 48. Yeah. So that'll be the 50 states. So that's personally. And then for the business, it's really, like I was just saying, I am licensing new high ticket business coaches. So what I have historically done is I've had a very strong personal brand for the last 12 years.
Hmm.
And I'm actually creating the coaching advisor board. So I'm creating more of a business brand now, where I'm bringing on a board that will help my clients become high ticket business coaches, have the support, all the digital assets, all the financial support, the marketing, all the things that everybody needs sometimes from a lot of different places. I'm bringing it all together so somebody can come in. And what I'm creating is more, I look at it to me, now this is my lens, it's like the Harvard of for high ticket business coaches. Where they
Yeah.
come in, they have the connections, they come in, they have the education, and they come in and they have all the implementation resources,
Hmm.
um, and and then having a whole lot of fun too.
Yes, it sounds like it. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so that would be like in 5 years from now, um, is your aspiration to have like a full complement of business coaches just working within your ecosystem, I guess you call that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll be doing just larger and larger events over time. I'm not a massive amount of people mentor. I'm more of a, when I say larger, I mean still small, intimate bubbles of people, but more people total.
Got it.
If that
Okay.
makes sense. Yeah.
That does make a lot of sense. Uh,
Yeah.
so it's really fascinating because you don't really know too many people who start this type of a support for business coaches. So it's a really unique way of helping these women and men too, right?
Oh
Um,
yeah, I love
Move
them.
forward. Yeah, and because so many coaches I know are they're afraid to charge any more than a small amount. So I'm sure there's some mindset type of support with that as well. I'm sure. So
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what it is. There's a few things. There's mindset. That's what we hear about a lot. Okay. But the other thing is the body piece. So if the body's in fight or flight,
mhm.
they struggle. So I'm certified in a methodology, the pressure-free method that L. Ingalls created.
Oh yes. Mhm.
So I bring that in so that so that if they learn how to not trigger stress hormones, then they can charge more, and it's not so hard. So
Mm,
that's another big piece. And then this third piece is this identity piece. Like,
mm,
who do we believe we are and who do we believe we can be? And that piece isn't always touched on with coaches. We don't see it because we're in our current identity.
mm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. So we're going to put the links first to LinkedIn, and then if you're also your link to your book. I think that's going to be very uh, interesting for people to take advantage of. So I know you have to get going. So I am going to thank you so much for coming here and explaining everything that you do and sharing your journey. It's just very fascinating hearing what you're doing, and I look forward to keeping up with you and staying in touch. And so I'm just really glad that we met each other so that I could have you on the show.
Me too, Wendy. I will tell you, I always love watching other women do really cool stuff in the world. And you're doing something you're enjoying clearly. And I love it. I think it's beautiful. So
Oh,
thank
thank
you.
you.
Yeah, thank you for sharing the opportunity. It's been a pleasure just spending time with you. I appreciate it.
Yes, and the same with me. Same for This is having a great time just sharing with you and hearing your story. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
meeting me.
Yeah, I'll see you soon, Wendy.
All right. And we'll see you next time on Creating What's Next.